Hey, we're the weight of silence.
You're watching
Metal Ignition.
We've always written heavy music, and some friends of mine and these guys that play in bigger bands sort of always mention, you guys need to write bigger choruses. And I said, you got to focus more on your songwriting, not so much writing gnarly riffs and big breakdowns. So we sort of sat down, put our heads together and try to focus a bit more on the melodies this time, and sort of came out that way. But Riley listens to a lot of punk music, like we all listen to sort of a lot of different kind of genres as well, so
yeah,
it definitely helps listening, having an open mind. But definitely OD is probably the one that when the album came out, friends of mine would like personally message me on Facebook or whatever and go, oh, I love that song. Sounds like something that could have been on a I Killed the Prom Queen record, but it sounds really new as well. It's like, oh, it's a huge compliment, thanks. But yeah, those songs like have probably a bit more melody than the others maybe, so maybe that's the secret with that.
It's good to have diversity in a CD, I think.
Yeah.
Definitely, that's something that we're proud of, to have songs that are different, but can still be on the same record.
Well, I'm a big fan of 80s, like, rock, like, big Motley Crue guy. I don't know if you can hear that in there, I don't think so, but yeah, having sort of like a self-taught kind of background in metal, but like having influences from like Lamb of God, Rammstein, Metallica, a lot of Pantera, all that sort of shit sort of melded together, and you get, surely something kind of fresh can be created from all of that. So yeah, but definitely like being mindful of trying to write something original as well is a big thing for us. We started writing like late 2014, and did nearly a full year of pre-production. Then we started recording in August last year, 2015, and basically spent about 6 months in the studio. We didn't like go and record in a month. We went and did bits and pieces, and then kept coming back and adding bits and pieces and chopping and changing and editing. And yeah, I think that's a good way to do it. So we're sort of lucky to have a flexible producer that allowed us to roll the way that we wanted to do it, and that's how we got to the end result, really. Driving to Rye from Phillip Island,
it's a bit of a drive.
every week was a bit of a pain in the ass. It's like an hour 45 drive there and then back, so that was pretty gnarly to do on a weekly sort of basis. But yeah, it sort of flowed. Like, it took a bit of time, but yeah, drums were pretty painful at the start. I think I snapped a string in the guitar solo in Severed Ties, and you can actually hear that in a whammy bar dive bomb. You can hear the string snap back,
oh, cool.
And then there's delay on it. We put that on afterwards, so that was something that, yeah, you won't hear on every record, I suppose. We probably announced, like, we had like a release date, and it was March 31st, and we thought we'd, shit it in and get it done by then. But it always turns out,
There's just so much to do, and you're just stressing at the last minute to get it all done. So we'll probably get the record done next time, then have a release date.
We cut the whole record in 2 days, and like you can hear there's a lot of fills and stuff going on. Like there's some hectic shit going on. So I was like, we do 12-hour days, and I was like cracking the whip, producing it, going, we don't have time to have a break. Finish this song. And the drummer at the time, Nick Woods, didn't really like that. Maybe that's why he left the band.
Probably.
Yeah. We changed drummers last November. Nick flew over from Western Australia, Geraldton, and replaced Nick Woods at the end of our October-November national run last year, and come over and I think we played for a day in the practice space, and then the next night we were playing a show. So he was here for a day and we were playing gigs. So
straight in the deep end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We started in Sydney. We went up the East Coast. We did Woy Woy in Sydney, back to back, and had some good shows up there. And all the support bands on the whole tour were amazing. really good. And then we did the East Coast, and then did some shows back around sort of Victoria regional stuff, Adelaide. Then we flew over to Perth. Then went cross country back to Brisbane, and then back down again. And so it was a pretty hectic sort of month for us. It was pretty sick though. We had a pretty good time.
We love it though, just roughing it. We found that we are built for being on the road where we can do it. Do we just sort of sleep in swags on the side of the road at truck stops and keep driving to save money, and we like it, just sleeping under the stars. And
it's fun.
Or at airports if we have to fly, so it's all good.
Yeah, it's all worth it.
That's why, not everyone does this, and that's the reason why. It's super hard.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Financially and physically.
Yeah. And mentally as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't get much sleep, and it's never comfortable. You're quite often pretty cold, or sleeping in airport terminals and on the side of the road. And you got to be built pretty tough to do that shit.
You just got to say, like, screw it. You just got to have that attitude, I think, and just if there's a gig there, screw it, we'll do it, and we'll figure it out. You just take it as it comes, I think.
Definitely.
Don't sit around and just sit on it. You got to get out and play shows.
No one's gonna give it to you or just hand stuff to you. You got to go out and take it. If
you got to
want
be hungry for it.
Yeah, work for it and prove to people that you've earned it and do it.
All the bands that have ever made anything of themselves toured super hard for ages before anyone even looked at them.
Parkway Drive, for instance.
They're a good example.
Yeah.
You talk about bands that tour the country 3, 4, 5 times, build up a fan base, and then they start getting, recognised by labels and booking agents and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And that's how you build your fan base. You've got to have a product. You just got to work really hard. You've got to tour.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Shine the bus.
Yeah.
Do it.
Just do it.
Oh, you're mucky.